Let's take a look at labeled graphic markers. I like how they animate in each time. They just do it on the initial load. But what I've done, I've actually modified these a bit. See that green outline color? That's custom. See, my theme color, accent color, is that orange. They were nearly impossible to see on this graphic, and this is a lot going on in this graphic. Everything kind of looks like the round markers. See that? Got a check mark that shows once it's been completed. So there are several states to the graphic markers, including hover, active, completed, all that. And I put together this XD file, Adobe XD. It shows all the states, and you can design them if you want to. With this file, if you've ever used Adobe XD before, you can really prototype, make a clickable prototype of pretty much any interaction. And you can also see the initial state of a graphic marker. It has that pulsing effect. I'm just going to hide my graphic here real quick so you can see it better. And once you've already clicked it, the completed state, it turns off that pulsing. But some people don't want that pulsing at all. So I've got some code if you want to turn off that pulsing. And I've noticed the pulsing, it really takes up your CPU and heats up your computer, especially if you have over 8 or so of the markers going at once. And also you can see, if you have a light graphic, you cannot even see that pulse. It's like a white color. So all this you can test out in this Adobe XD document. If anyone needs a Figma version, I can also produce that for you. And if you want to edit these components, edit main component, you can go in and find the various states, and then you can start recoloring. That's the little symbol there. You can swap out your own symbol, make it match your own branding. Good way to introduce a secondary color. You can do the background color of the circle. You can even make it a square if you want to. So you can play around with this, test out your own images in the background, show it to your stakeholder before someone implements it, and it's just a bunch of CSS, and I give you the CSS code. And it's kind of an interesting issue. If you look at the builder tool in Rise, it gives you several symbols, but then the numbers, and they give you 1 through 9 plus 0. I think they thought, or someone thought, well, those are all the numerals you'd ever need to use. Problem is, you can only add up to 9. There's no 10. You can't put 2 markers together to make a 10. I think they thought the developer would just somehow figure out a way to to make it work, but they should have just had a toggle that would let you either use the symbols or automatically number them. But anyway, you can go to Theme 360. That's my site. I don't have a logo yet. I need an idea for the logo. But I give you a bunch of custom code. You can download the XD file. And here I've commented the code a little bit. This is what stops the animation and all that processing it does. Add the numbers. This is it. And I had to look this up. I didn't even realize you can do CSS counter that automatically starts numbering those elements. And that's what I'm using in my spaceship exploded graphic. So you've got that code, and then this is that green extra accent color. And then these are the completed state styles. So if you want to have a little check mark, someone recommended that in the forum, you can have a check mark. And then I've got some mobile styles that remove some of those those styles. And then you will need a web designer to implement that final code. Ideally, someone with experience using Rise and probably a CSS expert. And as you can see in this example, it is automatically numbering over 9. You can have as many as you want.